Welcome to Window on the Wensleydale Railway, Volume 2. Post the easing of lockdown, as you can tell, I've had a haircut. It's the 1st of May, here at Leeming Bar station, welcoming a memorial run, raising funds for the Yorkshire Air Ambulance. It's great to see people enjoying the station. We've been running tours of the station house with Will and Connor from the Heritage team. Bob's opened it out. We've had the buffet open and working, and we've already been asked if we could host the start of this event next year. So a lot of smiling faces, a lot of people enjoying the heritage, just what we want.
And I organise the Heather Dobson Memorial Vintage Road Run.
I'm Kay Whittaker and I'm Andrews Park.
Say we've done about 12 miles so far. Some miles 46. We've got one from just outside of County Durham, and the rest are all within Yorkshire. They're all within the Northallerton, they're all within Hambleton area. This is our second. Yes.
Following on from the departure of the Pacey unit, Class 60 diesel, which has been renting space with us. Steve Beniston has been a good tenant, paying his money, keeping us alive. He's also moving on to Plasters New from Leeming Bar. Perhaps not such a welcome departure is Wellington. 1875, Black Hawthorn. It's going back to Tanfield following the sad, unexpected demise of its owner. The family have taken the decision. It was welcome here. I hope we'd see him restored to steam and running here, but he'll get the love and attention he craves at Tanfield, I hope. A returnee after 13 months of restoration following an unfortunate incident running on the line. It's the bobble car, first generation DMU. It's had the whole of this front end repaired, the glass and a repaint, and this will be back in service towards the end of the season with a little bit of luck. It was due a service in 2020, but the accident delayed that obviously, but she's back with us now, and we shall have her back, a useful heritage asset, especially for our pre-booked group bookings and special services. There's been a lot of work done by the veg gang, the P-Way gang, the infrastructure team in sorting things out. It may look a little odd to have a gate here with no fence. It will be fenced in on the other side of the line. The fence has been increased to meet the kissing gate. The reason they're out here is that it's the position with the best view, the decision point. I can see 150, 200 yards back towards Leeming Bar, and I can see all the way to the end of the platform at Bedale. So if there was a train coming, I'd certainly be able to see it. Through the gate and across the track.
I'm Brian Whitehead and I'm the station manager down at Bedale Station. Been involved involved with the Wensleydale for about 9 years now. I was looking for something to do when I retired, and the Wensleydale seemed both a sociable thing to do and also it was a good cause to work for. Well, in terms of Bedale Station, it's obviously meant that nobody could work inside the station at any time. And of course, at the height of the pandemic, when the government regulations were at their strictest, it really meant that we couldn't do any of the jobs or any of the maintenance that we would normally carry out. So the station has become somewhat neglected over that period of time. In common with the rest of the railway now, I think we're starting to get ready for reopening. Everybody's cleaning up. Well, I'm pleased to say we've got a very enthusiastic team of volunteers here at Bedale, and hopefully the station will be in as good a condition as ever it was when we reopen on the railway on the 22nd of May. I think we're going to find it rather strange because Bedale has always been something of a backwater so far as the railway concerned, with the main levels of activity being at Leeming and Leeming Bar. For us to suddenly become the hub of the railway, I think we're going to find a bit of a culture change. We are going to have to find a number of staff, possibly from elsewhere, as dependent upon the demand, of course, and the number of customers we get. We may have some trouble coping with the throughput, and of course, at least until all social restrictions are removed, we will have the issues of accommodating a number of passengers within the station, socially distanced. No, it is my only heritage activity. I do have other volunteering roles, but this is the only heritage role that I have. It's an interesting conundrum, that one, because some people who've lived here for 20 years have told me that they only discovered the station a year or two back, so they didn't even know it was here. They knew the railway line was here, but not the station. The station not being near the town centre and being off the main street is not easily visible. I don't think the station plays a big role in the life of Bedale, but I think there is an increased awareness now that it is here and of the Wensleydale Railway in general.
Sun's out down here at Bedale. It's all hands on deck. The Bedale station team, all volunteers, getting stuck into all the jobs to titivate, brighten up, repaint and get us ready for reopen.
Right, I'm Timothy Edwards. I've got quite a few roles. I first got involved probably around about, when would it be, about 2010, somewhere around about then. A couple of years before I retired, I used to live up north in the west coast of Scotland, but we were planning to move down to this area. So I got I got involved and I became a volunteer, but I asked what was there I can do remotely for the first year or two, so I got handed the newsletter. Because that's something that I can easily do when I'm you know, up north or wherever I am. So that's how I got into the newsletter. That then developed into my messaging system to help me distribute the newsletter, because as you can imagine, distributing 1,000 plus copies of the newsletter you can't do from a normal... So being into computing and websites, because I've had quite a lot of my own websites anyway, I did that. Then when I came down here, well, I've done various things. I'm a crossing keeper, a senior crossing keeper, so I quite often do Beedale. What else? I remember Beedale Station Group. So principally involved around the signal box, but obviously with startup after COVID, we're more concentrating on this area. And then I also do the created and produced the photo archive website, which initially grew out of an extension of the newsletter, because I thought it'd be a good idea for people to see, not just see here in the newsletter, read the newsletter, but what people thought could actually see, so they could actually see those things. And I get a lot of very complimentary comments back saying it's great to see, you know, where we live down the other side of the country or wherever. It's nice to see what's going on. It is fortunate my messaging system I developed as being good into web design. I developed an online messaging system, so initially just myself, but when I started to realise that most of the messages were coming from the office, I said, would you like the ability to send out messages using it, so which they gratefully received. Certainly, you know, realising there are quite a few significant problems on the railway, I think it'd be I don't think we'd be struggling to justify the whole line. I think much as we would like the line. However, it has one beneficial side effect. People are getting to see Scruton, which very few people probably actually did before. I think Leeming Bar, in some respects, has always been the poor relation in terms of its ambience for the general public, and certainly sort of a public community toilets.